this question is really a question of unit conversion. A faucet leaks 3 ounces of water per minute. How many gallons are wasted in a year? And if water is $11.06 per 1,000 gallons, how much money is being spent on the water leak? The first step is to understand the problem. And I want to suggest also that this part A is really a tip or a hint on how to get to the real question, with the real question being how much money is being spent. This part B here is really the important part of this question. And the part A is the first step towards getting to this question. So you want to be able to see if you had a question like this part B without the A, you'd want to notice for yourself that the first step is going to be converting these ounces per minute into gallons a year. And the reason I would know that is because if water is being priced per gallon, and we're talking about a year, how much money is being spent on the water bill? It's kind of assumed from part A that it's in a year. Then we recognize that we need to change the ounces into gallons per year. So the first step is to understand the problem, and that's some of the work I might do to understand the problem and really understand what it's asking. And then I'd plan. And my plan is going to be to convert the ounces to gallons and convert the per minute to years. And then I'm going to actually carry out that plan and look back to make sure I've answered the full question. To convert 30 ounces a minute into gallons a year, I'm going to use all of these unit conversions that are up here in the right of the page. I'm going to use that there's 128 ounces in a gallon, 60 minutes in 1 hour, 24 hours in 1 day, and 365 days in 1 year. And here's how you can always do these conversions. This method will always work. Each of these fractions is really just a 1, because 128 ounces is the same as 1 gallon. When I put 128 ounces over a gallon, it's really just a 1. And 1 is our multiplicative identity. In other words, you can multiply by 1 without changing the identity of the number we started with, or in other words, without changing its value. So I can multiply by any of these fractions, or they're reciprocal, because 128 ounces is 1 gallon, so 1 gallon is equivalent to 128 ounces. So I could have the 128 ounces over 1 gallon. And that's going to be equivalent to 1 gallon over 128 ounces. But the first step is to write what we're starting with, this 3 ounces per 1 minute, and to write it over 1. So 3 ounces over minutes over 1. So 3 ounces related to 1 minute. And now I'm going to just multiply and multiply as many times as I need, as many unit conversion fractions as I need, until I'm left with gallons per year. Now, how did I pick each of these? Well, I have an ounce in the numerator, and I need to get rid of the ounces because I want to end with gallons. So I'm going to put an ounce in the denominator so that it can divide out the ounce in the numerator. And so I'd use the 1 gallon over 128 ounces. And likewise, you see this highlighted in purple. I have a minute in the denominator. So to divide that out, I need a minute in the numerator. So that's why I have 60 minutes over 1 hour. And then I need to get that to days. So I have the hour in the denominator, so I'll put the 24 hours in the numerator over 1 day. And then I need to convert that to years. So because the day is in the denominator and I need to reduce it, I'll put the 365 days in the top, or the numerator. And that will leave us with gallons per year. Here's what it would look like. 3 ounces times 1 gallon over 128 ounces times 60 minutes over 1 hour, and so on. After I do the dividing out, so the minutes with the minutes, the gallon is left, ounces reduces with ounces, hour reduces the hour, day reduces day. I've got a 3. Let me highlight these to make sure you see what I'm saying we're left with. We've got a 3, a 60. I can just disregard the 1, right? 24, 365. Those are all in the top, in the numerator. And then the denominator, the only thing that's not a 1 is the 128. So when I multiply these 4 numbers, 3 times 60 times 24 times 365, and divide by 128, I get 12,318 and 75 hundredths. And that is the answer to part A. Therefore, 12,318 and 75 hundredths gallons are wasted in a year. Let's use that part A to answer part B. I've got the 12,318.75 gallons per year, and I could convert that 12,318.75 gallons per year into seeing how many 1,000 gallon units that is. Or I could take the price, $11.06 for 1,000 gallons, and when I divide those, I'd get how many dollars it is for 1 gallon. So I got this 0.01106 by doing 11.06 divided by 1,000. And now I know that the cost for 1 gallon is 0.01106 cents. Now or dollars rather. So it's 1.106 cents. Make sure you don't round this green number if you're using this process. You don't want to round till we get to the end. So this is what the cost is per gallon. Multiply it by the number of gallons, and you'd get that the amount of money wasted is $136.2453. I can round this to the nearest cent. I'd look at the 5 and see that this 4 needs to round up, so it's $136.25. Now, just to be clear, in case it threw you off what I did here with changing that $11.06 to how much it is for a gallon, let me show you another way I could have approached this equivalently. Is I could have taken this 12,318.75 and if I put this times, let me use blue here, times 12318 gallons. Do you see how the gallons would have reduced the gallons? So this would have given us the same result. It's really doing the same thing. So you could have done it with this approach also. 11.06 times 12318.75 divided by 1,000 would still give us 136.2453. I hope that this video has helped you. If you have further questions about this problem or other problems like it, please let me know.